Kodak Vision 3 500T. Cinestill 800T. Yes, hello and welcome back to the latest installment. And yeah, it's another Cinestill video from another film YouTuber across the YouTube multiverse. So instead of me making a YouTube video back in 2012 when I was like 7 years old or something like that, I decided to wait until I'm a full-grown adult now to talk about Cinestill 800T, which was 12 years ago, if you'd believe it or not. Yes, Cinestill 800T was, or as Cinestill states, was being tested and pretty much came out in 2012. So, but what's pretty interesting is that although it came out in 2012, most of YouTube royalty only talked about it about 6 years ago. So came out 2012, talked about 6 years later, and now I, here another 6 years later, am talking about it to you guys. If you've been living under a rock, Cinestill is probably the most used film stock of our day and age at this point for most film photographers, and is pretty much a go-to for everybody. I personally have had personal gripes with this film stock in the past, but you know, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones, and then the better yet, lack of skill on my part go away into the past and forgotten about fully. So like I said, Cinestill 800T needs no introduction. Basically, Cinestill 800T is just Kodak Vision 3 500T with the rim jet removed. If you don't know what the rim jet layer is on film and you're watching me talk about film, then I don't know what's wrong with you, because you just so happen to randomly click on this video, you poor soul. One of the benefits or drawbacks about having the rim jet layer removed on your film is that you get halations, which is basically the signature of this film stock. Basically these red blob things that pop up on certain fluorescent lights and stuff like that. Yeah, this film stock is basically any cyberpunk edge runner's wet dream if you want to shoot film like that. For me personally, from my experience, it has this crazy green overcast that kind of turns yellows into greens, which you'll see a lot in this video pretty much. It's a vibe. I really do enjoy it, and I understand why it's so popular. As far as pricing goes, we're basically here to determine if the day and age now, if it's really worth to shoot 800T, because apparently from past Jason,
I think Cinestill is at $11 or so.
This film stock used to be $12 to $13, and now it's around $17 to $18. So is a $5 to $6 difference really noticeable, or should you shoot another film stock? Well, we're gonna find out here. So let's get to it.
Oh, German.
So first impressions, and also obviously enough, I feel like I need a bit of a background check. So I was here at the Houston Contemporary Arts Museum. Well, the Houston Art Museum really has like 4 or 5 buildings connected to it, including the Contemporary Arts. Seemed like a very obvious pick for 800T, with basically all of the buildings be lit by fluorescent lighting and stuff like that. So first impressions, I really do enjoy it. Like I said, I've had gripes with this film in the past, but it's really just user error for me. I feel like I was not shooting 800T to the extent that it should have been shot, and just not in the right situations. But here, I definitely feel like I nailed that 800T look for sure. So while I was here studying the Book of Ice and Fire, obviously this is what this scroll is, I decided to keep marching on and looking for new and not so obvious film frames to shoot. This entire place is like super dark.
Do you want me to get a video?
So as you can see in this previous clip, I was shooting with the Leica CL, which if you watch any of my previous videos, you know is a new addition to my film camera collection. I feel like was the perfect pairing for a film stock like this. Although it was really dark in there, the Voigtlander 1.4 40mm lens that I had handled it pretty well. I feel like I just pretty much left my shutter speed at 125 and pretty much just guest focus for a lot of the shots. Ironically, as dark as it was, I was shooting at f8 quite a lot, I feel like, and you could see in a lot of these photos. It's pretty flat. They're a little underexposed, but nothing that can't be brought back with a little bit of editing. So yeah. I know this one here is out of focus, but this is actually unironically one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. It's just oozing that 800T feel, and it's just, this is what shooting film's about.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're shooting the Cinestill 800.
Oh, and he's catching my shoulder. The white is fucking shot.
It was super bright.
So I didn't get too much B-roll of any of the other shots, but I'll show you the rest of the shots that I was able to get. I am very happy with this whole roll, and honestly I will be shooting more 800T in the future. I feel like there isn't a whole lot to talk about just because this film is just so popular, and I'm sure you have seen some other photo examples of this film stock. Like I said, I feel like there really isn't too much to talk about that hasn't already been covered. Cinestill 800T is a pretty straightforward film stock. Does really well under fluorescent lighting, so that's pretty much where you would want to shoot it at, and also at night. I feel like that is one thing I didn't get a chance to do, was actually shooting it in at nighttime. Maybe next time if I do another Cinestill 800T, specifically probably the 120 version of the film format, I would probably definitely try to do it at nighttime specifically, just to really see the results that comes out with it. Even though I've seen so many other content creators do it, I still want to go ahead and throw in my 2 cents, you know. So shorter video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it though. Nonetheless, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos of me talking about film and me actually going out to shoot film. It's always fun to go out and shoot film and do stuff like that because this is just what I enjoy doing. It's my hobby. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.